5 NFL offenses that will make the biggest improvements in 2020. Subscribe to Sportsmafia for more videos. First up is the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals have two factors that will work in their favor. First, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins joins the offense as the presumable go-to target in the passing game. And secondly, he's going to link up with the 2019 Offensive Rookie of the Year quarterback Kyler Murray. As a rookie, Murray grew into his leadership role, and wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald took note of the young signal caller's progress. "I think we did come a long way," he said. "To see Kyler's maturation and the way he was able to perform this year, I think it's a runaway for Rookie of the Year for him. He's Houdini back there. We have a really bright future." In the second half of the 2019 campaign, Murray had two efficient performances against the San Francisco 49ers' vaunted defense, throwing for 391 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions while completing over 70% of his passes. Murray should continue to blossom as an offensive centerpiece. He doesn't have to adjust to coaching changes and welcomes Hopkins, a 3-time All-Pro wide receiver who leads the league in receiving touchdowns and ranks 3rd in yards since 2017. Arizona will also have a full season with running back Kenyon Drake, whom the team acquired before the 2019 trade deadline. Starting from his Week 9 debut with the Cardinals through the end of the season, he ranks 6th in rushing yards, averaging 5.23 yards per carry. If the offensive line holds up and avoids the injury bug, Murray and Hopkins will become the new electrifying quarterback-wide receiver tandem. We may also finally see Drake unleashed after his 3.5-year stretch as primarily a backup with the Miami Dolphins. Next up is the Cleveland Browns. After quarterback Baker Mayfield's strong rookie campaign, throwing 27 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, he regressed despite his connection with former head coach Freddie Kitchens, who served as the offensive coordinator in 2018. Although the Cleveland Browns added firepower acquiring wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., their passing attack never hit its stride. During a segment with Rex Ryan on ESPN's Get Up, Mayfield took responsibility for the team's offensive missteps. "I've never turned the ball over so many times," Mayfield said. "You can't win like that. That falls back on me." In the offseason, Mayfield worked on his body, shedding pounds to regain quickness. According to Mary Kay Cabot of theCleveland.com, offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt has also helped Mayfield with his footwork. In addition to Mayfield's self-improvements, the Browns should field a far better pass-blocking offensive line. The team signed Jack Conklin and selected Jedrick Wills Jr. to fill the tackle positions. They replaced Chris Hubbard and Greg Robinson, who gave up a combined 10 sacks last year. As the Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator, head coach Kevin Stefanski did wonders with a healthy Dalvin Cook, who became a Pro Bowler last season. Now he has Nick Chubb, the number 2 rusher from 2019, and Kareem Hunt, the 2017 rushing champion. Stefanski can also attack defensive downfield with Beckham, Jarvis Landry, and Austin Hooper. If a slimmer Mayfield shows smoother mechanics and a stronger pocket, watch him pick apart defenses through the air with a strong complementary ground attack. Next up is the Denver Broncos. As a starter through December of last year, quarterback Drew Lock showed flashes of what he could become as a long-term solution under center. 5 games isn't a large sample size, but it's enough to provide hope for the 2020 season. Lock threw for 1,020 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions while completing 64.1% of his passes. As Lock gains experience, he should become more comfortable with his pocket presence. Casterly expects Jerry Jeudy to develop into a better receiver than fellow Alabama product Amari Cooper. While that remains to be seen, the rookie first-rounder has the potential with his route-running ability and speed. The Broncos also added second-rounder KJ Hamler for slot duties. If Jeudy and Hamler have slow starts because of an abnormal offseason with virtual spring practices, Lock can continue to develop his rapport with Courtland Sutton and Noah Fant. The former had a breakout sophomore campaign, while the latter led all rookie tight ends in receptions and yards. Melvin Gordon III and Philip Lindsay will pair up to form a strong duo in the backfield too. The coaching staff could lean on the hot hand between the two or mix and match their duties between pass and run situations. Most importantly, don't overlook Pat Shurmur's role in the Broncos offense. He's a former quarterback's coach and fielded a top 10 scoring unit as a play caller for the Minnesota Vikings in 2017. As the head coach for the New York Giants last year, Shurmur helped Daniel Jones flash in his first term. Shurmur could put together a masterpiece with Lock and his weapons in Denver. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders racked up a good number of yards last season, but they struggled mightily in the red zone. Rookie first-rounder Henry Ruggs III isn't just a speedster. He can run a full route tree, which will allow head coach John Gruden to use plays he had in store for Antonio Brown, who never saw the field for the team. Ruggs' ability to stretch short completions into big gains could push the Raiders into the top 10 in yards. Gruden should also have more success in red zone situations because of tight end Darren Waller's growth at the position. The addition of role players such as Jason Witten and rookie third-rounder Brian Edwards and running back Josh Jacobs' second-year growth should also improve the offense's output. We should expect to see quarterback Derek Carr take advantage of Waller's 6'6", 255-pound frame in close quarters near the goal line. If not, Witten knows how to find the end zone. He scored 9 touchdowns in his last 2 active seasons. At 6'3", 212 pounds, Edwards may also carve out a role as a pass catcher inside the 20-yard line. If all else fails, give the ball to Jacobs. Pro Football Focus's Ben Lindsay delved into his rushing numbers, which gave an indication how difficult he's been to bring down in traffic. He is one of the best in the league at making defenders miss, and he put that to use against loaded fronts, Lindsay wrote. Jacobs' 29 broken tackles on 115 attempts amounted to the third best rate among the 39 runners in this sample. Waller's high expectations for the offense doesn't sound out of reach at all. If key parts click, the Raiders can make a massive leap in 2020. And last up is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers fit into this category as an easy call. They lost Ben Roethlisberger in week 2 of the previous season. He underwent elbow surgery, but the 38-year-old seems well on his way back to action for a full 2020 season. Roethlisberger has a young wide receiver group. Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington, and Deontay Johnson are headed into their age 24 terms, while the Steelers also selected Chase Claypool in the second round of April's draft. Smith-Schuster has an extra motivation to bounce back from a down season riddled with injuries before he hits the open market as a free agent in 2021. The Pro Bowl wideout has earned the benefit of the doubt after recording 917 plus yards and 7 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons. Although Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges struggled under center, Washington and Johnson looked impressive in stretches. I think Deontay Johnson will thrive with Ben Roethlisberger, Fit the Baldo wrote. I think he can have 70 catches and 1,000 yards. In addition to the upside at wide receiver, tight end Eric Ebron can serve as an athletic, big-body target in the passing game. He's only 2 years removed from his best season, logging 66 receptions for 750 yards and 13 touchdowns to earn a Pro Bowl selection. Pittsburgh can complement Roethlisberger with a physical ground attack. The Steelers have a committee featuring James Conner, Benny Snell Jr., rookie 4th-rounder Anthony McFarland Jr., and pass-catching back Jalen Samuels. Not only will Roethlisberger return, but the Steelers can beat defenses in so many ways with their collection of weapons. That's it for today's Sports Mafia video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more Sports Mafia content, click the circle subscribe button so you never miss a single video. Hope you enjoyed.